guys, welcome back to our channel. So today I wanted to make a video on a question that I get asked a lot, and the question is, if you had the opportunity to meet your boyfriend's parents, what would you say to them? Basically, how would you react to meeting them, and what would you talk about? Had the chance to tell them how you feel, what would you say to them? So I really wanted to make a video to kind of address that point, because I feel like it is a topic that is brought up in my relationship with Jeevan really often. Even just between him and I, when we talk, I always tell him, if I could tell your parents this, I would tell them. And I wanted to make a video to show you guys, or anyone who's going through a similar situation, that it is normal what you're feeling. It's okay to feel that way. You don't always have to hold it in. You can let it out, and you can be honest with yourself. To address the question, I would definitely have a lot of different things to say to Jeevan's parents and his family in general. Things to express how I have felt throughout the past 6 years of our relationship. Okay, so where do I start? First off, I would want to thank them for their son. I would want to thank them for raising an amazing, respectable, handsome, caring, loving, adventurous, the list goes on and on, hardworking, smart young man. And I know that he is the person he is today because of the way he was raised and because of his family. Irregardless of our differences in beliefs and all of that stuff, at the end of the day, Jeevan is who he is because of his family. And I am extremely grateful for that. So I would definitely tell them thank you for raising your son the way that you have. I would tell them that I love their son with all my heart. I would definitely let them know that I am not perfect. I have made mistakes in my relationship with Jeevan. And we do have arguments like normal couples. 99% of the time we're not arguing about something that is related to our ethnicity or our race, culture, religion. It's really none of that. When we argue, it's mainly just, can you please wash your dish? Or, hey, can you pick that up? It's not really anything where it's major to the point where it has to do with our race and religion and differences in culture or anything like that. So I would definitely let them know that our differences in culture up until this point haven't affected our relationship as much as they think that it has, and that it will in the future. I would let them know that Jeevan and I have talked about having kids and have talked about how we want to raise our kids, and the values that we want to instill in our children are definitely things that I've learned from my family and my upbringing, and things that he's learned from his upbringing and his family. We have talked about, what language will our kids speak aside from English, and we want them to learn all 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Punjabi. And as far as religion goes, we know that we want to let our kids decide what religion they want to follow, and whatever they believe in, whatever their beliefs are, we're going to support them 110% no matter what. I would tell them that, like I said, I love their son, and all I want for him is happiness. I want him to be successful in his own way. I want him to strive for greatness so that he can achieve his own personal goals. I want him to just be truly, truly happy and live the best life that he can possibly live. I want to help him achieve his goals. I want them to know that I plan on being his biggest support system, on being there for him whenever he needs me. They will never give up on their son. I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form, and I want them to know that as well, that there are going to be times where I mess up, and there have been times where I messed up, but love is about, are you willing to move past those imperfections and be with the person that you truly want to be with because you love them? I would want to tell his parents and his family that love is love. Love has no color, no race, no religion, no ethnicity, no gender, no sex, any of that. You know, when you love someone, you love them for who they are, you love them for their heart, you love them for their soul, for their personality, their looks. You know, but when I see Jeevan, I don't see a Punjabi man, I just see my best friend, I see the love of my life. And I would want them to know that I love him with all my heart. I can't stretch that enough. I would also want them to know that having to hide our relationship for the amount of time that we did took a big effect on my self-esteem. I would want them to know that I remained respectful throughout our relationship up until this point. You know, I've never tried communicating with any of his family when it's not wanted or any of that stuff. You know, if they don't want to talk to me, I've never pushed it and been like, no, you need to talk to me, we need to have a relationship. If they don't want it, I am not the kind of person who's just going to force it on them. I have been respectful in knowing my boundaries and kind of stepping back and just letting Jeevan deal with it on his end, and then me being there to support him through everything. But I would want them to know that it's taken a really big effect on my self-esteem. It's taken a big effect on even questioning my worth of, you know, why can't you guys accept me? What about me is so horrible that you can't accept and you can't stand to see your son with me? I just don't really understand that part. I mean, I get that it is a difference in culture and race, religion, all those things. I understand. But at the end of the day, I'm a human and I have feelings just like you guys do. And I have a heart, and I love and care for your son. And I want the same thing that you want for him. I want him to be happy and healthy, and our goal is really the same thing. And it's hurtful to think that because of my race or ethnicity, I am unable to meet the people who created this wonderful human being that I'm so in love with. And it's hard. And up until this day, after 6 years, it still affects me. There are times when I think about it and I still can't comprehend why they don't want to meet me. Even though I am told over and over and over again by myself, by my friends, by Jeevan, that it has nothing to do with me personally, it's just the culture and the way that things are. I want everyone to know that it does affect someone's self-esteem and start to question, are you good enough? It's hard, and I want to tell them that every minute of being with your son has been worth it, and every struggle that we've gone through as a couple has been worth it. I want to tell them that irregardless of how they feel about me, I will continue to respect them and love them and be grateful to them for giving me the most amazing gift that anyone could ever give me. But you guys don't get to see what happens behind closed doors when I'm crying, because Jeevan is telling me that his parents are talking about how they want him to marry a Punjabi girl, or how his family just in general is saying that we shouldn't be together. And they're judging me based off of not even knowing me. And I think that's really the hardest part of this whole journey, has been just being judged without actually knowing the facts and knowing who I am and what I bring to the table and how I am as a person, and how much I love their son and how much I respect them and the culture and just everything. And I find myself struggling with it every day, but I am very lucky to have a partner who is so supportive and a family who is so supportive, and a set of friends who are super, super supportive as well, and always give me really good advice on what to do. And the thing that's helped me get through the majority of this and the struggle of our relationship has been just keeping a positive mindset and knowing what the purpose of all of this is. And the purpose is happiness. I would want to tell his parents that I am happy. I'm happy with Jeevan, and Jeevan is happy with me. And I would ask them to please just see past my background. And I am very, very proud to call myself a Latina, and that is something that I'm never ashamed of. And yeah, there have been moments where I've been vulnerable and I've thought, well, if I was born into this body, or if I was only a Punjabi woman, then things would be so much easier. But I can't think like that, because I am who I am, and I'm this person for a reason. And if they can't accept me, then that's just something that I have to deal with, and we have to move on from it. But if I had the opportunity to talk to them and tell them all of this, I would hope that they could see past the fact that I am Mexican and dig a little bit deeper and see who I am as a person, my personality, and just truly just how much I love their son and how much I care about him. That's pretty much all I have for this video today. I just kind of wanted to express how I was feeling. This kind of just gives you a better understanding of how things are not always perfect and happy, and everything is worth it, but at the same time it's not easy, and you definitely have to fight for what you love and what you believe in. And if it were easy, everybody would do it. Just always remember that if you find that one person that you're willing to fight for and give up your life for and put up with all of this stuff for, just as much as I put up with, Jeevan puts up with 10 times more, because not only does he have to hear it from that side of his family, he also has to hear it from me sometimes when I'm venting, when I'm crying, and when I'm sad, and just all the emotions that I go through. He not only has to hear my side of it, but he also has to hear his family's. And so I really do sympathize with him as well, and I have a very, very huge amount of respect for him for being such a strong man and such a strong person, and at the same time being very vulnerable and open with me. Everything will be okay. Just keep a positive attitude and just take it day by day. That's really the only thing that you can do. If you look too far down the line, it just gets super overwhelming. So just take it day by day, and enjoy all the little things. That would be my biggest piece of advice, is enjoy all the little things. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.